What is going on when it's going on in the zone, y'all? How's everybody doing this lovely? I don't know what time this gonna be posted. So I'm gonna say morning, afternoon. You know what I'm talking about? You understand me already. We about to get into what we about to get into. You know what I mean? But shit, as we say, let's get straight to it. You know what I'm talking about? I'm liking that. You know what I mean? You understand me? I see a lot of people been having something to say about something to say. I got a few things to say that I didn't write down, I guess, and then we'll get into it. Jazz the Rapper and Three Letter Man is also known on YouTube as PSA Reloaded. I guess they had a conversation about battle rap and Mount Rushmore and a few other notable quotables, and she also wanted to be on the panel for the Cody nominations. Um, I'm pretty sure you taped it already because it's the 15th, but you should have let her on there. But you didn't. And it's all as well though. Maybe next time. Shout out to Jazz though. She know her stuff. You know what I mean? And I was stating all that to say this is what battle rap need to be talking about. You don't need to be worried about if somebody showed up and showed out or not. You know what I'm talking about? It shouldn't even be made as a story. You feel me? But I guess they gonna make it as a story. I mean, talking is to be talking because that's what I talk about. So I guess everybody trying to do me. Doing me is not gonna work, sir. You gotta do you. You know what I mean? You gotta find your niche and keep niching. But I guess this your niche. But no one does it better. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, let me continue to talk about this. So, I guess it was said in another video that you can't have a Mount Rushmore without Harlem. I think I stated this already. You really can't. You know what I'm talking about? It started in New York. You feel me? At least, it's always said it don't matter if you make something, it's if you own something. You know what I'm talking about? Because, here in America, they care about a piece of paper. You know what I'm talking about? I tell you, you ain't going to win without the relationship, but I guess, a piece of paper is needed sometime. But that's no here nor there. I'm going to get straight to it because that's what we here for. You know what I'm talking about? You really can't have a Mount Rushmore without a Harlem nigga. You know what I'm talking about? It just is what it is. And as far as Cody go, me personally, but it don't never go the way I planned it. I like Chef Trez and the way he orchestrated his moments. You know what I'm talking about? We always had something to say. You know what I'm talking about? We always had to have three of them things, at least for this year anyway. But that's just my personal opinion. If I'm gonna go for a strong second, it's Tay Rock. You know what I'm talking about? We had good shit showings by Rum Nitty and good showings by, you know what I'm saying, A Ward and a few other cats. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah. So I guess I am agreeing with y'all in so many words. But that's just the way the format would go. You feel me? I think Chef Trez had enough more rap styles that we wanted to mimic this year. But, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jazz. Shout out to Three Letterman. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of that, Three Letterman also went off on Charlie Clips. Now, I watched the Charlie Clips video. And, I guess Three Letterman wanted to talk about the way he no shows. And I watched his whole career. And no, I do not like the way he come and he just rap to be rapping on the rapping tip because that's what he felt like doing that day. You know what I'm saying? I never agree with that wilding out type of format, right? But like Charlie Clips say, sometimes it make for good battle, especially if I can make good material right there on the spot. It just sound good. You know what I'm saying? Most people can't make it sound good these days. That's why you ain't want to agree with it, Young Three. But it's all good. You know, these days they clicking and viewing. If you ain't clicking and viewing, then nobody really want to hear what you talking about. Ooh, that like start cooking early. But they don't want to hear what you talking about if you ain't got that going on. So I guess you wanted to have a little clickbait session about how Charlie don't show up. We know Charlie ain't showing up sometime. That's where the whole come with something came from. So I guess I agree with you again, Three. Hey, he should have came with a better excuse, huh? He shouldn't have been at the club dropping it like it's hot. You know what I'm talking about? He should have been mourning like he said he was. You know what I'm saying? But there's no here nor there. I guess that's the information. You know what I mean? So that's just something I didn't write down. I just thought I would talk about. Let's get into some of this paperwork though. Oh man, I was watching on one of the clicks, just getting my scroll on, and I guess I went across a bill. It was crazy. It came from Gotham God the God. Shout out to him. Go check him out. You know what I'm talking about? But that's if you ain't racy. If you ain't racy, don't go check him out because you're gonna get upset, and we don't need people upset these days. But if you like racy material, definitely your guy. But yeah, he had showed me something from 2021 about how Illinois passed a bill stating that you didn't have to say that you had HIV. So we just ain't gonna talk about killing niggas. And I'm talking about niggas as in the ignorant sense of the word nigga. Cause you know, and if you put it in the book, it's real, right? So I guess ignorant people want to pass bills that we ain't paying no attention to. So for 5 years straight, we just been killing motherfuckers. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? If we ain't got to tell them. If I ain't, and I guess the being protected by hemp laws is what that really meant. But they don't protect your hemp laws here in some states. Some states they give out your information and then they call you and act like they don't got your information. So it'll seem like you are giving up your information. When they got it right in front of them, they just need you to confirm it pretty much. So you got to tell them what they already know. Nigga, you ain't finna play with me on my heartstrings. You feel me? And you want to record it, but you want to repeat the same lines. Like, nigga, hell no. Have a informative conversation so you can get to know the person. That's why we had doctors in the first place. But see, I'm going down a rabbit hole. You feel what I'm saying? You see how rabbit holes work? But you got to be informative. You can't just be have a rabbit hole and it's just hollow. Ain't no rabbits in that bitch. They been gone for several springs, one or two, but several springs. You know what I'm talking about? It's got cobwebs and spiders in it now. They done made their home. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, we gonna move on. Shout out to Jared Jackson. I see you went to Gary, Indiana, talk to the people. You know what I'm talking about? And if you don't know who Jared Jackson is, he's the main star in the new Michael Jackson movie. And I guess he went to Gary, Indiana, just to visit the home of Mike Jack. You know, probably just to get some, you know how actors do, you know what I'm saying? Feel the aura of the person that they are portraying in the movie. And he went to the home, and there was a few Gary, Indiana residents there. Now, Jared Jackson is also kin to Michael Jackson. He's the son of Jermaine Jackson. So he doing the interviews and he talking to the people and whoop-de-whoop. And I guess Jermaine decided he wanted to go over here where they weren't listening. He wasn't listening to the people over there. And you know they made a whole skit talking about he wasn't interacting with the people. Now, when it comes to the Jackson family, I don't really like to report these kind of crazy ass news stories. But you know, I've been doing them for a long time, and you know, I know how a nigga work. You know what I'm saying? They Jehovah Witnesses. So ignorance is definitely something they don't really condone or listen to. So if you got a person and you know what I'm saying, they talking irradical, you feel me? Maybe he felt like you want his cup of tea. You feel what I'm talking about? And a lot of times people don't want to interact with their cup of tea because it might spill over into their cup. And then they end up being that type of person. Or they had them type of inklings. That's how I say it. So maybe that's what it was. He just didn't want, which is stupid. It's very stupid to me. Cause if you are who you are, then you ain't gotta worry about what the next nigga got going on. You'll be able to, you know what I'm saying, do what you gotta do. But, you know what I'm saying, sometimes people let, the hypocrisy rub off on them. And you can't do that. And you shouldn't do that. You should always talk to the people. The people are you and you are the people. You know what I'm talking about? So Jermaine, I think you need to go back and sit with your PR team and get that shit together. But shout out to y'all though. And kudos to the movie, man. It's gonna be a blast. You know what I'm talking about? Already. Okay. Let me get into let me see. Well, I'm gonna get into a shout out before I go to this. Okay, let's get into some of this shit. So Miss Hustle decided she wanted to remake the song. Young Remy Ma. Why you ain't respond to that? See, that's what I hate picking and choosing ass niggas, dog. For real. Cause I want to get to the bottom of what it really is. You know what I'm talking about? Shit. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfucker said don't I'm gonna let you do it yourself. You know what I'm talking about? The real and the fake. Sometimes the apostles don't be what you make. Then I'm going down the timeline, Miss Hustle, and the nerve of some of the people saying she need to go back where she came from. I'm just paraphrasing. But what if you was listening to what she came for? You know what I'm talking about? What if what you heard was what you was already hearing? You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes motherfuckers be listening, but they ain't listening hard enough. You know what I mean? But that's no here nor there, I guess. I guess if it makes sense, then we gonna keep making Kool-Aid. But you can't keep making Kool-Aid if you know gosh darn well you don't know the flavor. But I guess we'll keep mixing, huh? For real. Shout out to you though, Miss Hustle. I think them bars was better than the last ones. Cause ain't no way in the heck. There's no way I'm gonna have 100 people saying that my music's straight, but I got 20 motherfuckers on my timeline talking about I need to go back where I came from and why she want to get into the beef. People always want to latch on to what's going on. No, don't take my words and use them against somebody else. Nigga, use your own words. You can't come up with your own hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying? So you'd rather use the next motherfucker. Don't, We need to niche this in the bud. Find you one. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, I enjoy it. But hey, at least make it interesting. You know what I mean? Don't just talk to be talking. You got your mouth wide open, flies all in your shit. Excuse my language. I don't mean to offend or harm anyone. But shout out to you, though, Miss Hustle. And you keep doing what you're doing, young lady. Speaking of songs, let's talk about a few. So we got, now I'm going to say it how I say it. Mona Leo made a song. You know what I'm talking about? And I had a few choice people I don't really fuck with, but I liked the song. It was the shit. You know what I'm talking about? And I need you to keep going. Last time I said that You stopped. Don't stop. There's another motherfucker that shouldn't stop neither. That's K Carbon. I see you heard everybody say you need to make something happen, and you decided to get your diss on with the whole Gucci Mane situation. Now I hope what you're doing right now give you a prominent career because you've been doing it for 20 years. And you finally got something to say when it's need to be said. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why rappers decide they want to write shit and then stop writing shit. No, you got the light. Walk into that motherfucker. You feel me? You've been in the dark for a long time. So walk into that bitch and get this money, honey. Shit, go with pump faking. That's what this shit is here for. For you to win. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I like my publication. Motherfucker can't tell me not to win. Forgive my language. I don't mean to offend or harm anyone, but I'm going to keep winning. Talking about a TV dinner. I need to, listen, I need to get unmessed up so I can get straight to it. I wouldn't even be talking right now. I'd be somewhere working trying to find me a way. You know what I'm talking about? Like I've been doing 10 years. You know what I mean? I'm going to get into no specifics because I just don't feel like it. But I got a lot of shit wrong with me that I don't talk about. But that don't mean I don't keep it moving. You will never know if I'm fucked up. Because I'll never know when I'm unfucked up. So I don't talk about how fucked up I am. I just keep it going, baby. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it's hard, but it is what it is. Shout out to you, though, K Carbon. You keep going. Gucci, I don't know what you're gonna do. I think in about 6 months, your career might be through, young G. You might want to go open you up an Airbnb. You understand me already? Woo, that light ain't playing today. Boy, it's got me on fire. Or maybe it's the coffee. I know y'all keep seeing me sip. I'm sipping on coffee today. I ain't had no coffee in like 2 months. And it's got me ziggity booming. Let's see. Shout out to the Chappelle Show. Chappelle Show. I guess Chappelle decided to do an interview. Is this gonna be an interview for an up and coming stand up special? Young David? Or are you gonna do the whole show like within the next 2 months? You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes they be asking questions. They don't need to ask questions. But shit, you one of them stars, I probably wouldn't ask no questions. I'll probably smoke a blunt. I don't even smoke cigarettes. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm going to smell one. And we going to talk some shit. You know what I'm talking about? I don't even think I'd do an interview with you. I'd just be wanting to chill. And you from Ohio. Well, you live in Ohio. You know what I'm talking about? That's right down the street, you tell me. Yeah, I just want to sit and kick it. I wouldn't even cut the camera off. Nigga, like, what a, you know what I'm talking about? What a death at? And let's see if we can hear looking ass nigga. That's what I be on. You know what I'm talking about? Dang. The speaker went off. But you know how it goes. Speaker always go off. That's how you know it's real. Shout out to you, though, David Chappelle. Let's get to it. Detroit versus everybody. This is what I call this. You know what I'm talking about? This how we moving in the D. Shout out to the neighborhood. I ain't write this down either, but it's gonna go into my next subject. So shout out to the neighborhood. I watched, you know what I'm talking about? I might not be there, but I'll be there. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Teresa's Bar. And the community, you know what I'm talking about? I guess, you know what I'm talking about? It's a lot of older people because they own their shit. We need the young people to come have a conversation. We understand what older people are on. I got a mother that's around y'all age. I understand. Niggas need this. I mean, I keep saying niggas because it be the ignorance. If you didn't act ignorant, then I can call you a moron. But you ain't acting a moron. You acting ignorant. So you got to be called niggas. Niggas is acting stupid in the streets. Like, man, we 32, 22, and 12. Okay? From the 12-year-old to the 22-year-old to the 32-year-old. These are the people that I'm contacting. Y'all niggas need to stop running over these people lawns. These people been on these lawns since the 50s, when it wasn't even prominent to have a lawn. You feel me? And y'all treating it like trash. Y'all should be treating these people with the utmost respect. They saving y'all lives. They writing these bills and these acts and going to Congress. You need to be nice to them. Because they going to pass laws that's going to frustrate you. And now you got to rebunk them same laws 10, 20 years from now. You niggas need to stop thinking for right now and think for the long haul. Because if not, you're going to have a U-Haul. Because you know what they're going to do? They're going to take them same wheels and giving it to their nephews and cousins and people that ain't never been around. So when they come around, they going to get rid of you. You know what I'm talking about? Quit thinking for right now. Right now ain't shit. Ain't gonna be shit. Ain't gonna amount to shit. Excuse my language. I don't mean to offend or harm anyone. This is my disclaimer. I'm just trying to get a message out. Stop playing. Stop thinking everything a game. Turn your phone off, because this is fun. This is antics. We got to keep this moving. And nigga, go out to your community and see what Auntie Florence want. See what she need, bro. She might need her gutters clean. Clean the gutters. Okay? When you have a party, let her know the party going on. Bring her a plate. Tell her what is going on in the neighborhood and what positive shit we got going on. Not that we finna go down the street to the bar and act like we ain't got no sense. I know y'all got some sense around here. This is the D, baby. We was born in it. Sworn in it. I guess I'm gonna have to keep going with this, because knuckleheads keep thinking that this internet gonna save lives. It's not. You know what I'm talking about? Even me. Sometimes I get lost. I be like, damn, if I say this and that, then they'll understand this and that. But evidently, this and that is getting dismissed. But that's no here nor there. I'm gonna keep talking. Hope y'all keep listening, bro. Speaking of that, shout out to the gas station in Hamtramck. Okay? I guess the guy in Hamtramck decided he heard the young lady say what she was gonna say under her breath, because she went to the gas station to buy some cigarettes. Right, I know exactly where that gas station is. It's on Coney in Nevada. If you know what Victoria is, you know where the yellow house is, and I don't gotta say no more. But I guess a young lady went into the gas station to buy some cigarettes, unbeknownst to the cashier that she had just been picked up. So as she's buying the cigarettes, she letting the cashier know that I have been abducted. And he heard it under her breath. Like, help me. You feel me? So he came from behind the counter and told the assailant to get the fuck on, and told the young lady to get behind me. And as soon as he walked out, miraculously, see, this how God works. This is what you're doing when you're doing what you're doing. The police pull up. Now, I'm from that area, so I know them niggas come to that school all the time, because the Pakistanis is right across the street. And they don't play. Hamtramck do not play when it come, but I mean, their street small as a mug, so I guess. But that particular area right there, oh yeah, it's police always going down Coney. Always, bro. I ain't never went to that gas station and then wasn't either the police right there and then the freeway right there too. So, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't never. I'm talking about maybe in the early 80s and 90s it really wasn't heavy on the police traffic, but then if you know what you know, then you know what was going on in the 80s and 90s. You feel me? But I say from like 2008 on up. Oh, it's definitely been a patrol system, and I do that. I give that code kudos and let me see, kudos and maybe I don't know what to really call that, but I give all praise to my grandma. You know what I'm talking about? If you know the Yellow House, and you know who my grandma is, and thanks to her, that's why a lot of that patrol system is the way it is over there in that neighborhood. But shout out to the gas station, shout out to Hamtramck, and this is what we need right here. I hate that say it like that, but that's what it is, and that's what it's gonna be. Shout out to Ti, son, the arrest situation. Um, I hate talking about this, bro. Like I said, cause god damn, bro, I just sat here and told you last week. What, 2 days? Today Tuesday. So yesterday we had a lengthy conversation. I already knew what it was going on. But niggas be looking for clicks and views, so let's talk about it. You was doing 70 in the 45. Then you had your daddy get out the bed late night to come see what you had going on. And you really, just think about it though, King. Nigga, you really was in the car sitting, talking about your Ramanda rights with a whole pistol on the seat. And weed in the car? You don't got no rights no more. You violated them. You was in possession of 2 felonies, my G. What the hell you thought was gonna go on? You lucky you was a regular nigga. I mean, excuse my language. You lucky you wasn't a regular nigga. Nigga, they wouldn't have called T.I. They wouldn't have gave a fuck what your daddy name was. You look so much like your mama, they knew who you was as soon as they pulled you over. Oh, this fool. He finna act like he's somebody. Nigga, you don't even know what somebody is. Now hear me out. Young Detroiters, 12, 22, and 32. This is what I'm talking about. What if you was just a regular 12, 22, and 32? They'd snatch you right out the vehicle, choked you out, probably unalived you. I wouldn't have thought none of it. All because you don't know your practices. You got to know your practices before you mail them. I'm just saying. But 70 and the 45, that means you was going fast and you was probably talking on your phone, Googling, streaming, some weird shit, and you ain't even paying attention. You just want to hear the music and talk about your weed. The whole time the police behind you, been behind you for a minute. When you recognize them, you want to slow down. It's too late. Yeah, I couldn't believe you said what you said. That's great. Anyway, I'm gonna get up off this, okay? Because man, it's lengthy, and I might end up talking more than I supposed to. I'm already at 30 minutes. I know for sure this gonna be an hour. Anyway, shout out to all. Hold on. What up, Luda? Shout out Ludacris. Luda said, I need to feel the studio before I make tunes in the studio. Shout out to Tune. You know what I'm talking about? Now, this is an old school feel. I heard the song old school too. I hope they fuck with it, but they probably not. It's a little too old school. It's more my flavor and shit. That's damn near 50, bro. They ain't gonna fuck with that shit. I'm just letting you know. You know what Luda I want to hear? And what Luda they'll fuck with? They'll fuck with Freestyle Luda. They'll fuck with Epiphany Luda. I'm just saying. But anyway, enough on that. Shout out to All Star JR. I guess he found the Ben 10 challenge. You know what I mean? He picked himself. Now this is what you call self promotion. I mean, you know what I'm talking about? He put bands out he ain't have. I ain't finna get off into that because you know you know what I'm talking about. It'll be looking like I'm trying to do something when I'm doing something. But shout out to you. Shout out to the light skinned brother who did the interview. Hopefully y'all it come out and y'all do a look and it show a little bit of how he really be moving. You know what I'm talking about? That's what y'all need to do. Show the real JR. You know what I'm talking about? Not this nigga that's on here trolling. It's cool to troll. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But you know, karma a bad motherfucker. And them niggas from Houston don't forget shit. I mean, hey, it's cool to talk as much as you want and as much as you might, but sometimes your vision don't be right. You know what I'm talking about? And you need to look at the circle around you and try to see if them niggas really, you know what I'm talking about, or they just clickbait. Talking about, some people like, oh nigga, we ain't doing this, we ain't doing that. Yes, Detroit always gonna be Detroit versus everybody, nigga. To the day I fucking lose my breath. But at the same time, I'm not gonna be ignorant. You know what I'm talking about? I need niggas to come out and say what it is. Are they Peekaboo Charlie? That's why Dog had to get the fuck on. You know what I'm talking about? Talking too much about nothing. You saying a whole lot of nothing, my G. Yeah, I guess. Shout out to the young lady. This ain't even a shout out, nigga. This was stupid. $10,000 for a record deal? Oh, $10,000 and a Louis Vuitton bag. Nigga. You signed for $15,000? And the music ain't shit? Shit, I pray for you. Shout out to you though. Shout out to Jessica Jackson. Now, this young lady, Jessica Jackson, is from Chicago. I guess she wanted to state how ignorant Chicago has been lately and how our streets have been going with the brown and black situation, and how the brown people is getting more money than the black people because they use the black people's influence and then giving them pennies. That's all understandable. But instead of you telling us that's what it is, why don't you do for what it is? That's what I'm saying. Y'all niggas need to stop talking to these niggas and get on the Congress floor. You know the understanding. You got the understanding. I really wish y'all would stop talking. You feel me? And just do something. Quit talking and do something. But you know what you're afraid of? You're afraid of situations like Oklahoma. You're afraid of situations like Philly. I'm talking about, and this happened almost 100 years ago. Are you still mad? You know they got it. So that go all the way back to what I said in the beginning of the month. Niggas ain't willing to fall on the sword. So shout out to you, Jessica. Shit. More power to you, ma'am. Shout out to Johnny Blaze. Johnny, man, don't get involved in none of that baddie situation. Them baddies is not bad. They just doing a whole lot of batting. And you batting 1,000. Don't fucking bring your average down to these motherfuckers. You keep winning. And that's all I really got to say, because Johnny will go fucking crazy. And I don't need you to be going crazy right now, okay? Because I talk back. And I like peekabooing. So we ain't gonna do none of that. I'm just gonna say what I just said right then, nigga. Don't bring your average down to these motherfucking low budget ass pigeons. Bitches don't want nothing. They fucking motherfuckers half their age. Come on now. How you winning? I'm just asking. So let's talk about something positive. Because, man, we did about 15 minutes of negativity. It drains a lot of my energy. I got to drink me a shot of coffee. Shout out to Fat Joe. I guess he knocked down a pinata and he was messing with my guy, the MD Motivator. Shout out to you, MD Motivator. I swear, your tearjerkers make me feel so good about life in general. I was told not to speak, so I'm gonna just say this. I got a nephew that did the walk in Detroit, and it was a walk for autism. Um, and I really cried during this situation. I'm gonna keep it 100. Shout out to you, Fat Joe. Shout out to the MD Motivator, bro. He broke that pinata, then they went and gave that money out, then they got preyed on, and then you gave that money to the autistic baby and made sure his house was smart friendly. That's the way we go. That's how you do it, bro. Positivity in the world. You know what I'm talking about? And sweetheart, that light ain't playing no games today. Well, like I said, it might be the coffee. Either way it go, I'm hot, baby. We gonna try to make this a little bit faster, okay? But shout out to you though, Fat Joe. I appreciate it, bro. It sure make me feel positive for sure. I guess we gotta get back to the the theatrics. We gonna make this a little quick though. We got about four more good go four or five more good situations. Shout out to Will Smith and Bryson Gray. I'ma just tell y'all, go look at the information. You know what I'm talking about? Niggas know what propaganda is. I mean, I know what's true and what's false, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna make what y'all make out of it. More power to y'all. Man, I've been waiting to get this motherfucker all day. More power to y'all though. I guess Bryson Gray's dad wanted to come out and state his opinion on the adult affairs. And more power to you, brother. I guess you needed some clickbait too, huh? We heard it all before though, bro. This shit is old than a motherfucker. But I guess that's why he spiraled down the way he spiraled down. You know what I'm saying? The truth wasn't told yet. And now that the truth is exposed, we're gonna talk about it. I guess Jada Pinkett Smith need a press run. You know what I'm talking about? It still ain't gonna make you damn near 60. If you ain't got there, you ain't getting there, ma'am. Fuck, don't you understand about that? Nigga, motherfuckers don't fuck with you. And I only say that for motherfuckers that's you been in the light. It's been shined on you. You did nothing with it. Let me get some light. And I ain't talking about this lamp. Let me get some light. I'll show you. But you know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I know how to cut this shit on and off. I have fun with it. So, you know what I'm talking about? To me, it's no here nor there. You could debunk it, you could talk about it, you could do whatever you want, and then I got something for you, regardless to the fact. I guess that's just what make me me. You know what I'm talking about? If I do know, you ain't gonna know. And that's just how it motherfucking gets out. But shout out to you guys. Let's talk about, since we talking about debunking, is we gonna talk about Brian? His name is Brian Bostic. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your last name right, but I sure seen the motherfucking police do their thing that night. I don't know what night it was, how long the night was. These videos be so unglaring. You don't know if it happened 5 years ago or 2 nights ago, but it happened. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if I definitely know he wasn't breathing. Did they unalive him? We shall see. You know how they do, especially how they doing me lately. You know what I'm saying? they want to debunk me so bad, they don't know how to make the story do what it do. But we gonna make it do what it do. You understand me? Shout out to you though, Brian. And I hope shit get right. You know what I'm talking about? But then again, they so petty. They been told a story about how you was a horrible person in the neighborhood. Nigga, don't nobody care. You try to unalive that man. You ain't have to. You could have subdued him and sent and put him in your squad car. But anyway, let's move on to some more seduction. So I guess Nick Cannon said that the Bible basic instructions before leaving Earth is an allegory's tale. And I need you to go look at this and then look what the preacher said. Did the preacher agree with Nick Cannon, or did the preacher try to debunk what Nick Cannon said? I'll let you be the judge on that. We'll come back to it though. I believe we're gonna come back to this allegory tale story. And I need you to look up allegory. And you let me know, am I right or am I wrong? I ain't tell you whether I was right or wrong. I just want to know, am I right or am I wrong? Peekaboo, you gonna definitely have to look at my videos to see what's going on when it's going on. And as long as it's going on, then we know the tone. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna say it right. So Eric Swalwell, even me saying it made me laugh. Swalwell, that's how we gonna say it. Swalwell. I guess Eric Swalwell, he's a Democratic Party that end up seeing the denomination of the Democratic Party and decided to switch his parties and say he was what kind of Republican he said he was. He basically was a Republican. That's just because I want to get into it, but I don't really want to put the wrong name on things. Let's just say he was a Republican, a Democrat, and he became a Republican. We was all Republicans at one point. So I guess he decided, as he decided to be a Republican, said it on national TV. All of a sudden, some white woman come out and say, "Oh, he took from me. He R-worded me. He drugged my drink." And next thing I know, you know what I'm saying, I was belly up looking ass. Listen, white women for decades, a century, we coming up on, always debunk what's going on when it's going on. And I don't care really to talk about it. She wasn't crying or nothing. She did one of these. "Oh, I'm just saying, nigga, no, you not. You need to cry. You need to be highly upset. You need to be frustrated. You need to have something going on. You ain't had nothing going on. You was talking to them cameras like I hope they catch this." But that's no here nor there. I hope don't nothing happen. I hope they catch her in her lie and they keep it moving. Or they don't talk about it at all. I'm cool with that too. Nigga, lies is lies, my G. Let's see. Shout out, a tremendous shout out to DeAndrea Murray. Now, DeAndrea Murray was one of the first black women in the state of Ohio, or just in the region itself, with a black person that owns Culver's. I ain't never known it was a black person that owned Culver's for real. I guess you are setting a precedent. But I guess since you setting a precedent, they trying to they take advantage. And this is why black people be so frustrated. We fight. And then as soon as you come to my company, you don't want to spend no money. You want to be disrespectful. You'll rather give all your money to the white man and give no money to the black man. That is crazy to me. You know. It just don't make no sense. But shout out to DeAndrea Murray. her own the Culvers. And I guess the young people, they come from the high school and they want to get some food and they want to talk and they want to act crazy and they want to do this on them and just make a big spectacles of themselves. This go out to the parents. If you get your kids together, then we ain't gotta get them together, and don't get frustrated when the neighbor get them together. Be like, this is what you did. This is what you needed. You needed to get together. You ain't want me to get you together, so you got them together. Now, see what I want the people 12 and 22 to understand is that don't mean you got to go get a gun. Look at yourself. Was I acting a fool? Why was I acting a fool? You got these young people got to be held accountable for their actions as well. Do you know the right from wrong? If you don't, ask a question. I think that's what that's what is going on right now. Ain't nobody asking no questions. Everybody just doing because they think they know what they doing. You can't know what you're doing if you're doing it wrong. You know what I'm talking about? And if you don't know right from wrong, you just doing everything. You need to stop doing everything and understand what's going on in life. Are you being lied to? Is everything a spectacle? Mm-hmm. These are questions you need to ask. Or maybe the parents need to ask them questions. Is my life a spectacle? Am I really telling my kids the right truths? Is the story being told to me correctly? Do I need to reread my Bible to get some understanding? Because evidently I ain't understanding it right. I don't understand what life is. You want to remember I said a long time ago, people want to be led. They don't want to lead nothing. It's hard. It's time to buckle down and be hard. You know what I'm talking about? Not to the nigga next door, because he grown. He got his own understanding. You need to be hard to the motherfuckers who developing one. But shout out to you, DeAndrea Murray. I hope you keep going, man. It's hard to own a brick and mortar. Most people don't own one, so you know what I'm saying? You just keep doing what you're doing, man. I hate to talk about this, but we're gonna talk about Anthony Anderson and his legal troubles. I guess I don't know, man. He got a story. It was leaked out about 10 years ago. Shout out to Tasha K. Yeah, this is kind of old, and then nobody want to bring it back up, but I guess it infested itself because people need to talk about it again, and I guess the R word is it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you know how they give you the word. The letter of the day is R, and I guess R is the letter. So I guess he was in the elevator to his young man. I don't know what they was, but two of his young men decided to close off the elevator while he proceeded to R word a young lady. And the young lady went on a podcast and had a conversation about the N-word allegations. And then they decided to cut that out of the whole storyline. And then I guess the information resurfaced, and now they talking about it like it was something to talk about. I mean, what you gonna get out of it? A charge? Now he going to jail. You just told out another black man for the information that was told, whether it was true or not true. You feel me? But even if it is true, even if it ain't true, my thing is this. You either get him in or get him out. Don't be talking about no clickbait shit. I need to see court cases. I need to see documents. I need to see you going to court for this shit. Not waiting 10 years and deciding I need a story to tell. But you know what? at the same time while I'm saying all this shit, I got a story to tell. You feel me? I got 30 years, 30, 40 years worth of bullshit. You feel me? But I'm straight. You know why? Because my story being told why it ain't being told. You feel me? I'm cool. You know what I'm talking about? I need money. But who don't need money? You feel me? And I feel like this. Until you give me my money, it's just going to be what it's going to be. I'm not even going to try. For what? I'm cool where I'm at right now. Shit. I mean, to be truthfully honest, I'm going to be honest. I'm not cool where I'm at right now. I'm frustrated than a motherfucker. But you won't know that. Nigga, I'm going to talk shit till I can't talk shit no more. And that's going to be it. Now, if you got a couple M's, like 4, 5 of them, we can have a conversation. I'll write 16 for you. Get you all the way together. Be the best shit you ever heard. But guess what? Until then, shout out to Anthony Anderson. I know the real and the fake, my G. And I just pray for you. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't looking good for you. But I do pray for you. You know what I'm talking about? And whether the story is debunked or the story is true, we shall see for sure. Because Tasha K, shout out to you, Tasha K, is on the case. And when she on the case, until she gets some understanding, you going to be understood. You know what I'm talking about? Man, for real. Let me see. Let me make sure. Oh, man. I guess we got to talk about this situation, and then we're going to get on up out of here. Shout out. Now, I've been waiting. And you ain't get back to me, so I gotta do me. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to J Prince. Shout out to Wack 100. Shout out to J Prince Sr. You ain't came back and hollered at me, I've been chilling. I've been shutting the fuck up. But that fake ass story about how you went up to the studio and you talked to your son, and then your son brought a nigga down named Bulldog, and y'all also had a conversation that you felt that this was bullshit, and nigga, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, you need to come out and say something. And that fake ass story that J Prince Jr. decided to put out about how niggas basically need to stop having a conversation. Man, look. Guess what, Peekaboo Charlie? You a fake ass nigga. And don't nobody be on fake shit, nigga. Especially when nigga worked hard to get where they at. We ain't finna sit here and listen to you tell us all this news just need to stop. No. You need to come out and tell the truth, my G. You got away with 2. You think you gonna get away with 3? Nigga, that shit ain't finna happen. And guess what? This how karma work. This is how, and I know that nigga is funny. That's how I know whatever spirit that is up in the sky, he funny than a bitch. Cause that nigga said, okay, I'm gonna let you think you got away with it, but nigga, you ain't get away with it. Peekaboo, that nigga grabbed your shit and said Pikachu and gave you some lightning. Now you got it in the bottle and that bitch just jiggling around like, nigga, let me the fuck out. Okay? Got a nigga shaking. I mean, you had some whole victims. NBA young boy broke again don't need to come the fuck out and say nothing. For what? He'll look like a fool coming out and talking to you, telling you, debunking what the hell you said when you said nothing. He'll look like a fool saying, oh, I'm riding with, you riding with some niggas that did some fake shit? Or did some yes man shit? That you sound like a yes man. And NBA Youngboy is far from stupid. He ain't no yes man. That fake ass story that Wack 100 came out with saying that shit, we don't need that. Excuse my language. I don't mean to offend or harm anyone. This is my disclaimer. We don't need that. We straight on that. We need you to come out, Mr. Senior, and say something. Period. With your face on it. No stamp, no AI, no none of that. You know what I'm talking about? But you can't. You know why? Cause you know your son did some fuck nigga shit and he a fuck nigga and ain't nowhere in hell they gonna let a fuck nigga do no fuck nigga shit. Not this day and age. We debunking all that. Ain't that what I said in the beginning? And I'm gonna say it at the end. You know what I'm talking about? You can't give me a rebuttal and then it ain't rebuttal. Forgive my language. I don't mean to harm anyone. This is my disclaimer. I'm just giving you an explanation to the exploits of what people are talking about. This is crazy for Wack 100 to over how he got the story and we don't. I mean, I know what I know, but how are you gonna give out a story and it just got too many untruths in it? Too many ways a motherfucker could say this and say that. You know what I'm saying? That's why All-Star JR acting a goddamn fool, because you fake as hell. Okay, you want to be fake and acting stupid, I'll troll until I can't troll no more. Only thing about that is mistakes happen when you trolling. And you be at the wrong place at the wrong time and niggas be knowing what's going on when it's going on. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, by him getting away, you can't pull back up and act stupid. You feel me? Can't pull up and act stupid. You gotta act accordingly. And you know what I'm saying? I can't say what I think I may know, because I don't know. But I know. Just know I know, sir. Shout out to you though, Wack 100. I guess you trying to help Unc, but Unc need to come out and talk. And you trying to help your young black brother, but shit, I don't care what kind of ties you got with the mob. Nigga, the mob ain't mobbing, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And this is the information age. You gotta give me something. If you're gonna take all this, you gotta give me some of that. You know what I'm talking about? You understand me? Already. I think that might be it, y'all. I think we got some clear understanding today. And if you didn't, we'll be back tomorrow. You understand me? And with all that being said, as the old saying goes, the smoke's gone, I'm gone.